What's going on, guys? I'm Bill and welcome to Billshowto. Today I'm going to show you guys how to cut a nice clean circular hole in your tiles in order for your floor waste or your toilet flanges to fit into. And we're going to be doing this using an angle grinder. Let's do this. Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how to cut a large hole in a tile. Most times you'll be doing this is either for drainage in your bathroom, such as a floor waste like what I'm doing today, or if you've got a flange for your toilet, you'll be doing the exact same thing. Usually when I'm drilling holes into tiles, I like to use a diamond hole saw. So these ones here, these are very, very expensive bits. The biggest size that I usually use is a 52mm, which is this one here. I need to have one at 4 inches wide. So to pick up a hole saw just for that size, I'm looking in excess of $100. So what I prefer to do is use an angle grinder and also a diamond blade here, which I can cut into the tile. You can also use a continuous blade, which is designed for cutting through tiles. If you wanted to buy just these two literally brand new, you'd get it for just under $100 and you're left with a grinder and blade that you can continue to use for other applications. So I think this is the best way to do it. I'm using it over an empty bucket. First thing we're going to do is just mark up our hole. So now that we've got this marked up, we're going to take our grinder and we want to position it on the line. So what we're going to do here is we don't want to keep the blade up too high like this. As you try and go around and trace that line, you'll notice that you're going to go out of the line. So you just want to keep it on a 45-degree angle. We're using just the tip of the blade here and we're going to score that line all the way around. So keeping it nice and steady and consistent sweeps all the way around will give you that nice clean line around this circle. Remembering this side here is going to be exposed, so the first cut is going to be the most important. We want to get it as clean as possible. Also, this is going to be a dusty process, so you want to make sure that you're using your face mask. So now if you have a look at the tile, all we've done is simply trace around that line all the way around, getting that initial cut. That's the most important thing, because once we've got that initial cut, what we're going to do now is, rather than cutting right up against that line, we're going to take the grinder a little bit further back, so a little bit more to the center, and then we're going to continue to cut from this side here. The reason for that is we simply don't want to damage this section here of the tile. Like I said, this section here will be exposed, so we're going to just dig it in, starting from a little bit more on the center, and we're going to cut that down on an angle until we've completely cut this circle out. So we'll keep going all the way around, but this time we're just moving in a little bit further. So you can see now what I've done. I've made that gap a lot wider, so that means the blade can fit in there nice and easy. We can get a bit more of an angle in there now without having to worry about damaging or chipping that surface of the tile that we need to keep. So what we're going to do is, once again, put the blade in there now. We've got a bit more room. We'll cut this all the way through, and if there's any excess left on the inside, we'll clean that up after we've cut this. So you can see, as I've made my cut all the way around now, I've got a lot more room. It's a lot easier to cut that hole out. I've got one more sweep around and we'll be able to knock this out nice and easy. So now that that's all cut, we can see the top section is nice and clean. But you'll also notice there's little jagged sections all the way throughout. So you can see all those jagged sections all the way around. If you have a look closely, they're all on the bottom section of the tile. So that top section is all nice and cleanly cut. We're not going to be touching that top section anymore, but we do need to clean this section here out. So what we're going to do is take our grinder, we're going to lean that up against the bucket, and then we're going to take the tile and we're going to cut it from the bottom this time. So that way our cut is all going to be on the bottom of the tile. We're going to be able to rotate that nice and easy on the tile, and that way we're going to keep the blade away from the top of the tile. So no more chipping. So once you've finished cutting your tile, you can then take your floor waste, make sure everything fits the way it should. You can see there's a slight gap all the way around, and that's where the grout's going to sit into. So guys, that is how you cut a hole in a tile using an angle grinder. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. As always, like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching Billshowto.